Try the knock pattern on the door. Wrong code, Jughead. Oh. Oh, I tried. I've tried everything and now I'm all out of ideas. They stun you in every game, they do too much damage, and they're annoying as fuck. Yeah, that's fair. It's dogs in video games. It's dogs in video games. It's the same as like in Elden Ring, you know? Any Souls-like, the dogs are always terrible. All right, I guess we're going to the Mole Ross house because it's here. Hungry. I know you're always hungry. It's just a basic fact about you. Not baseline hungry. We tried nothing and we're all out of ideas. Lousy beatniks. Maybe there's a bunch of abandoned farms around. We could find something. Cows? There have been any cows in this country for decades. I know, wishful thinking. So the cows thing, that's a reference to the first game. I tried to actually gift you West of Loathing, Val, but Steam won't let me because of regional price differences. They won't just let me pay the price difference. They're just like, no, you just can't do this thing. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Eventually you find a pasture with a small flock of aimlessly grazing goats. The ensuing carnage is too extreme to describe. Oh. Excuse me. He tosses away the goat horn he was using to pick his teeth. 5 max HP. Oh god, and the sit up straight. Thank you, Destructo. Ugh. Yeah, it would have been nice. Buy a valid digital Steam card. Oh, see, that's a good idea. I'll have to see if I can do that. If it weren't a pain in the ass to do, given cross-country lines, I'd just throw you into my Steam family and you could have access to my entire library. I don't give a shit. Have access to, like, you know, 1,000 new things to fuss about with. A notice of repossession from bank. They've apparently already taken the mailbox. Rude. Ghost, your right wrist is hurting? Well, quit. I'm not gonna finish that. I don't think Steam will allow that. No, absolutely not. Yeah, no, it is genuinely stupid. I don't get it. I don't understand why. You bought Power Wash Simulator and apparently you're already 10 hours in. Hey, I mean, if you're having a good time with it, the dwarf plays the shit out of that game. She really enjoys it, so there's got to be something there. A worried man, an astronomer perhaps, stands beside a weird telescope. It's people abusing it by selling games on the gray marketplace. Well, I mean, the easiest way to fix that is just like if you buy a game with pricing that isn't from your region, you just can't like give it to anyone except for the gift recipient. Because like I'm sure that's what it is. That's not Terry here, civilian. If you care for your safety, before you lies a horror house. You're before me. Are you saying you are a horror house? Sir, you shouldn't need a surveyor's training to see that I am neither a horror nor a house. What's a horror house? Well, when a man has money and seeks companionship. Oh wait, no. Horror, not, okay, yeah. A surveyor's term, forgive me. A horror house is like a haunted house, only real. All right, so what's going on here? Power Wash Simulator is fun, we should play that together. Absolutely, anytime. Just give me a poke. I know this may surprise you, Val, but I enjoy playing video games with you, so yes. A house that belongs to a farming family, the Mulross clan. I should say belonged because they vanished, and I should also say doesn't belong because that house belongs to the bank. I speak of Jessup and Paddington National, who commissioned me to assess the value for its resale at auction. All right, what's the problem with the house? I'd say problems with this house began when a meteor from outer space smashed through the roof. I can see that how that might be an issue. 3 months later, the Mulross clan fled by night, and I presume by car. They ran off with no regard for their mortgage. Can you imagine? So heartless to care so little for the bank's bottom line like that. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was thus sent to assess the value of the Mole Ross property for the bank, only I'm spooked. All right. What stopped you from surveying the house? He shudders. Listen, I entered the surveyor's seminary to avoid the horrors of war, and here they are right at my doorstep, which is that literal doorstep. I've surveyed every state of this great land, and never have I seen things so frightening and mixed up as the abnormalities in that house. I can make no sense of it. This is making me want to fuck around in Phasmophobia. Hila, what have you done to me? What abnormalities? Well, just, you know, things, mixed up things. Can you be more specific? No, I don't know how to describe it. Well, why don't I take a look? I don't think you have the eyes of a surveyor. No, but on the other hand, I'm not a wussy baby like yourself. I guess it wouldn't do any harm to me. Here's what I'll do. I'll give you the house key, and if somehow you can fix whatever's going on enough for me to carry out my work, you can have 10% of whatever my valuation happens to be. How much are we talking about? What do you mean? How much is the house worth? Why don't you tell me how much you think a house is worth? And we'll go from there. Oh no. I'm gonna say like 50,000 meat. Dear Lord, man, never pay 50,000 for anything for a house. No, if I'm right, this house is worth 5,000 meat, which will be a fee of 500 for you. What do you say? Yeah, okay, sure. Grand stuff, good luck. And for your own safety, don't look too closely at anything. You're not a trained surveyor. Yeah, okay. You're not the boss of me. Survey you soon. Bank probably wants to repossess the hay in the stack. If they had their way, banks would probably take a bail out of everyone's stack. Care to survey the rest of the region? No, we're not done here yet. Boxes are empty, the bank wants them just the same. Alright, in we go. You unlock the door and toss the key back to the surveyor. What in the world? Chad, I think we found space-time fuckery. The bronze plaque on the table is inscribed Mail Ross. In the top drawer, you find a large stack of orders for Mole Ross produce impaled on a spike, and a collection of handwritten letters inquiring if the house is for sale, also impaled on a spike. Don't put your dick in that. I have other things that would be much more enjoyable to put my dick in than space-time anomalies, Val. I don't think you have anything to worry about. My phallus is safe. A note from Nabby Mole Ross to order more spikes for the mail. While you're not supposed to cry over spilled milk, spilled chowder is another thing entirely. Quite a fine piece of furniture. The farm must have been doing well before its ruination by meteor and subsequent abandonment. Am I calling you affordable? I don't know what you're talking about, Noel. Each of us is but a chess piece on a board if you think about it. And which are you? Oh. Are we the king, the queen, the horsey, the little shrimp, the thick roamer, the tall and pointy, or the chessboard itself? Chat, what chess piece are we? All right, that's 2 for, I assume little shrimp is the pawn. So that's 2 for pawn. Pawn it is, little shrimp. Okay. Well, we got, oh, these are, oh no. This is a teleportation maze. It's an ear of corn. The full corn man must be enormous. Okay. Let's see where this stuff takes me. Yeah, teleportation mazes are not necessarily my jam. If it's the bank's house, the bank can do the dishes. Curiously colossal cabbages, grotesquely giant garlic, and an enormous egg. Okay. You're looking for the kitchen. It's a quick fall from the foyer through time and space. Can I go through the ceiling? How do I get to the ceiling? There's like a ceiling warp up there. Quite a fine piece of furniture. The farm must have been doing well before its ruination. Oh, but seriously though, I see that thing on the ceiling up there. How do video game? Okay. An odd location and an even odder rotation for a refrigerator. We search it. We got a gallon jug of bitters. It's a massive jug of bitters. Bitters don't really need to be kept cold, so it's a lucky thing the refrigerator is not working. We can take it to the speakeasy. You heart this because it is bitters. I don't know if that's a pun or not. It probably is, and I just don't get it. The only light left working in the room. The other bulbs must have vanished with the mole Rosses. Let's turn it off. Okay. Ow. I'm not done in here, video game. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, go back. I saw something. It was letting me break the light. How did I don't even know what I did there. No, there it was. A wormhole swallows all the light in the room. We break the light. Now we're out back. Did a shot of Angostura once. Oh, Jesus. I respect the dedication. These wormholes have made a real dog's dinner out of the dog's dinner. I go see the pupper. Empty. Perhaps the dog has been sent to live in a banged-up state. A pot that a pig's in. We say hello. Hello, sir. Snarf. Are you a big pig or a little pig? Snarf. Oh, okay. Looking at the back of the house, the fourth wall, you might say, you can see that it's broken. You can see signs of where a big gash has been covered with new siding. That wormhole is too high to reach. Okay. Ow. Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to do that. No! Okay, can I go up this way? Yes. I want to see what's through this door. No, this is the kitchen. Shit. Can I just go through this door on the left? Oh, no, that takes us back here. Okay. This is not sparking joy. Sir, this place is the devil's house. Okay, you don't have anything I care about. We use the telescope. There's a bug on the lens. We appraise it. Who is to say the value of a bug? Me. What is the value of a bug? What is the value of a bug? I say the value of a bug is... The bug is thus surveyed and appraised. It's worth about 123 million meat and doesn't even know it. All right, I'm not dealing with a teleporter maze. I've had enough of that. Let's be elsewhere for the time being. See that bee? You didn't even see the person speaking to you at first. He'll be dead in 132 years. All bees will. I can make predictions that far out because I got a long telescope. But as for the why are the bees going extinct? Well, I don't know that. Reckon nobody does. Well, it's not my business, and we laugh. Why is everything here terrible? The rusty old mailbox says Drexel in faded black paint. We look inside. There's nothing in there but some additional rust. It's a weird shadow pocket. We, of course, grab whatever's inside and we get a shadow salad. Car hasn't driven anywhere in a long time, and maybe even longer than that. Let's go ahead and just unlock it with the cursed key that unlocks everything. The cursed key writhes in your hand until it finds a shape that fixes the lock. The car is mostly full of old receipts, but there's a jewelry box in the glove compartment. All right, and I believe we can just open that. An old engagement ring, just sell it, and a knuckle bone ring. Crack knuckles increases your entire party's mysticality. Okay. I don't know. We could turn Leonardo into a healing monster with that. Because I can crack my knuckles like 6 times around, which would get him, well, 6 times in the first round, which would get him 30 extra mysticality. He'd be able to heal me to full health with any of his heals. It's gonna be hard to replace this bottle cap ring though. Can't take more than 5 damage is insane. If I had somebody who dealt like mysticality and AoE damage, then yes. This is a vaguely house-shaped thing that is very hard to look at. Okay. What was that? What was that? No, I just saw something. It's an impenetrable seeming wall of corn. We try to push through. Okay, the maze. Somebody's been dumping a lot of broken appliances here. Radio appears to be missing a fuse and a place to plug it in, but we're gonna ignore that for now. We fix it. The radio is working now, but for some reason you can't find any stations to tune into. Whatever this thing is, it's a cold one of those things. The Arcanus oven is somehow working. Can actually make anything we care about. Coffee cakes. All right, so what food am I currently... I think we're doing a mob blintz right now, which is 1 AP. So this is 2 AP, so we're gonna eat that. So now we have fucking 8 AP per turn. Jeez. Orn, Val, speaking of which, I saw in your Steam profile, your border on your portrait is corn. Where the fuck did you even find that? I saw it and just cracked up. A broken popcorn machine in case you wanted any broken popcorn. Somebody must have thrown this fridge away because it was upside down. Hello, corn chef. This hobo is cheerfully humming while roasting some corn. Okay, 7 mysticality. We can do that. We can do that. I know I've got things in here that will crank my mysticality up. You scrolled a long time. I'm just surprised it exists. It's got too many coils in it. We got a refrigeration coil, a mana charged refrigeration coil. If you can't figure out anything useful to do with it, you can always just sell it. Which realistically is probably what we will do. All right, so what's this? There's something in there. We're gonna fish in his corn soup. What do we get? We got an item, a single kernel of corn. It's small, but piping hot. You can't really search, so you just have to scroll. That's horrible. I mean, tracks for Steam, but horrible all the same. How many kernels of corn are you gonna give me here, game? Okay, I think we're done. I think we have enough corn for now. We have 5 kernels, and I'm not going to use them. Hello, hobo.
Hey there, I'm Cornelius. Pleased to meet ya.
Hi, Cornelius, I'm Swell. What are you up to?
Corn is what I'm up to, friend. Up to my neck in it.
There's a lot of that around here, yeah.
Sure is, and let me tell you, I couldn't be happier. When you're a hobo, your food options are a bit scarce, you know? So you just do about anything with corn. Muffins, fritters, bread, pudding, tamales, on the cobs, you name it.
Is your name really Cornelius?
That's right. I don't believe in destiny, but that's a pretty wild coincidence, ain't it?
I was afraid this was gonna be some sort of routine where you'd noticed and I'd have to explain it.
Ah, no. In fact, I think my name's probably the main reason Billy sent me here.
Who's Billy?
We don't talk about Billy.
Okay. We tell him, we ask him about hobo code first. Corn-related hobo code. We tell him about the camp. I like it here, look at all this corn. We convince him to go. Oh, we could tempt him with magic, but I don't care. We got the hobo code and that's all I need. The internet is for corn. Corn! Ela, you two are old. The maze is impassable. Passing it is impossible. The crows in this place must be absolutely terrifying if that crazy thing is necessary. Oh yes, we approach the scarecrow. It isn't any less freakish up close. Oh, we're fighting it. Y'all bet your asses a horrible scarecrow. So I mean, we all know how this is going to end. $66 hit points. Ooh, we're just shy on being able to one-shot it with a melee attack. That's unfortunate. What happened to my gator friend? I don't know. Like, sometimes he follows us and sometimes he doesn't. You won. We got a scarecrow's hat, which is 6 spooky armor, and we also took its fucking face. Nightmare fuel in a convenient portable form factor. Reduce all enemies' stats by 5. That's actually pretty good. But I do like my creepy music box. Just for the AoE damage. All right. Well, let's go this way. So this is another maze, but at least this one has like defined walls. A woman in surgical gloves gazes lost in the depths of the maze. She looks like a dentist. Hello. Hello, I'm Dr. Sarah. Do you have an appointment?
I don't know, I needed one to be in a cornfield. What are you doing out here?
Oh, gentle dentistry. Cleanings, implants, etc.
I mean, what are you doing in a cornfield?
Ah, now that you mention it, I don't really remember.
You don't look happy.
I don't get to see many patients in this cornfield, you know. I'm worried my wet finger is getting rusty.
Your what now?
My wet finger? Oh, sorry, that's what we dentists call the finger we poke around in your mouth, because of how it gets wet.
Suddenly I don't feel very well.
Do you need some dental work done? Would you mind if I did some, if only for practice?
Sure, okay.
Okay. Picture your mouth as wide as it can go and then multiply that by 10, and that's what I want. You struggle and strain to accommodate her long, rubber-gloved fingers as they make thorough, prodding investigations of your back molars. You've got beautiful teeth. I'm just going to suggest a few changes. There we go, all finished. We got a perk, badly misaligned teeth. Oh no. Oh no, Michi, it's coming for you. Okay, do you have a mirror? A what? sigh.
I'm not happy with my teeth situation.
No, and if I'm candid, I know that's not my best work. Would you like to give me a chance to put it right?
Yeah, okay.
She revs her drill. You won't be sorry. You lost a perk, badly misaligned teeth. Oh, does that... Wait, you've got a perk. No teeth at all. I have no teeth in my mouth and I must scream. This is awful. Okay, well, never mind what I said a second ago.
What? I want my teeth back.
Ah, I beat you to the punch, game. I appreciate you bearing with me. I don't like to leave a job unfinished. I always say if it were up to me, we wouldn't call it dentistry, we'd call it dentist Drew. Will you give me one last chance to fix your teeth?
You mean put you stuff in my mouth where my teeth used to be?
Yes is the answer to the question I think you're asking.
Yes, please.
Dr. Sarah says to you, ah, which is about all you can do while your mouth is hanging open. She rummages around for something in her purse. Oh, thank goodness. Imagine if I'd just thrown them away. You got a perk, perfect teeth. Plus one Moxie, a beautiful set of new pearly whites with enough bite to disembowel a leopard. You know, let's say that's enough practice for today.
I agree 100%. You still don't seem very happy.
I'm just thinking about your average patient. They're more at ease having treatment into modern dental surgery than a labyrinthine cornfield.
Yeah, I can say that was a problem for me for sure.
I'd like my little patch here to feel more of a dentist's office. It's missing something that says dentists. Mouthwash. Locks eyes with Val. If you dream of losing your teeth tonight, it's my fault. No, I would hope you would dream of much more pleasant things that are my fault, Val. That's important, sure, but I've already got plenty of it in my purse. Here, help yourself. Okay. What about a sign? What?
A sign that says dentist.
I was speaking more metaphorically than that. I mean, if you happen to find one, sure, but no, guess again.
Teeth.
Teeth, that's it precisely. We'd all feel comfortable with a lot more teeth around. Would you mind looking out for an anatomical teeth model or anything else that looks like teeth? Besides corn, I have plenty of that. All right, I'll see what I can do. That was horrible. A glum-looking girl stands here, listlessly pulling petals off of a cornflower.
Hello there.
What's so good about it?
What?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't really listening.
What's your name?
Cecilia.
That's a pretty name.
Everyone calls me Sissy.
That's fine too. What are you doing in the cornfield?
Nothing.
I mean, why are you here?
I got in a fight with my little brother Billy. I don't remember what we were fighting about.
I don't see the connection.
He sent me here. This is where he sends everything he doesn't like.
Huh? You like it here?
I don't know. I've been here so long, I don't even really remember how long. Everything is just... She gestures around listlessly. It's just corn. What is there to like or not like? What would that even mean? Just use my shadow pliers. Yeah, that's a thing. This game needs to let us go full on evil mode and we can start pinning down NPCs and pulling their teeth out one by one with a pair of pliers.
Wow, you're way too young for this level of ennui. You must miss a lot of things from before.
I miss the sun. It's always so gray and cloudy here. It never even turns into nighttime. At first it was fun to not have a bedtime, now it's just confusing. Like an overly motivated tooth fairy. Exactly. Exactly. Boyle gets it.
What else do you miss?
I miss ice cream. There's nothing to eat here except corn. I used to like corn, now it's just corn.
Is that all you miss?
I miss my teddy. I might be too old for him now. I'm not sure how old I am, but I miss him anyways.
Anything else?
I miss my friends. Mainly I miss my best friend Darla. She was really good at jump rope. I probably missed her birthday. I may have missed a lot of her birthdays.
Anything else?
I miss my cat. He was fluffy and black. He probably still is, I guess.
Anything else?
She shrugs. See you later, sissy. All right. Is that everything? Oh. Yoink! Random coat hanger. The wardrobe stands alone like the proverbial cheese. If you look inside. Sadly, it doesn't contain a portal to a magical world of fantasy. I guess you could cut a hole in the back, then at least it would contain a portal to a magical world of corn. What it does contain is an assortment of drab church clothes for a small boy. Nothing in here is your size or denomination. Creamed corn. Looks like an ice cream truck, but the label makes a slightly different claim. Hi there, I'm Ike Bremen, the creamed corn man. That sure doesn't roll off the tongue the way it used to. You're selling creamed corn out of an ice cream truck? Yeah, well, if I had some ice, I could sell you some ice cream if I had some cream. Say, you seem like a guy who doesn't have an expensive truck to keep an eye on and is free to come and go as he pleases. If you could do me a couple favors, I'd appreciate it. There are so many corns. What happens though if we like peel a corn cob and it's like literally just teeth? And then we have to eat it, like just crunching on that. We're buying some of this creamed corn. Hold out your hand, I'm out of cones. A big scoop of cream corn into the palm of your hand. Sleaze armor by 6. I mean, I like cream corn, so I mean, probably not just in my bare hand like that, but what do you need? I need cream and lots of it, like a barrel, plus a part to make my freezer work again. What part? I don't know, I'm not real mechanically minded. It's a thingy that makes the inside of the box cold. All right, I'll keep an eye out. Well, we have the freezer part. That looks familiar, thanks, buddy. Give me a second to hammer this in and change my sign. Iced corn. We want some iced corn. A frozen ear of corn, it makes a tasty treat if there's literally no other food available. Oh my god. Okay, and now he needs cream, which I don't know about that one, but okay. Is this stalk of evil corn the cause of this malevolent maze, or is it the other way around? Or is it all just a coincidence? Perhaps we'll never know. We spear an ear with our dire corn holder. We have dire corn on the dire cob. You jam the evil corn holder into one of the ears of evil corn, creating one of the most dangerous objects that has ever existed. Or at least the most dangerous vegetable. Mysticality plus 7! Oh damn! Weapon upgrade. And also a stretch because damn. My back is bugging me. Do I make a lot of corn or is that just for me? I cannot say on the grounds that it will incriminate me. So, alright. We'd be picking up 2 damage with this. But we're losing the bleed. And we don't like have any other upgrades. So this is an eventual upgrade for us, maybe? But I think for the time being, I'm gonna hold on to the ice axe because of the bleed, specifically. Over multiple rounds, it'll stack higher. All right. A serious-looking man in military dress. He's pacing around this area of the maze. Excuse, 10 Hut, name, rank, and serial number. Swell McSwellington, fair to middling, and I'm 6. A likely story. How do I know you aren't a spy? A spy for who? Crows? You know damn well who I mean, those dirty blues. Blues? You're talking about the Blue Cola Army? You're damn right I am, and I won't stand for any of their filthy espionage tactics. Sir, the Cola War ended almost a full decade ago. Oh god, this is like rehashing. There was that one, I believe he was a Japanese soldier who was like living in the bush for like years, thinking the war was still going. And they ended up having to bring like his like the general from when he was in the military who had retired. Like they had to bring the general out to call him in and be like, yeah, no, shit's done, bro. No, that's true though. Excuse me, something about this place makes it easy to forget. At ease then, you may address me as Colonel Benedetto. Nice to meet you, Colonel. So, how are things? Admiral, the Japanese Navy and military, absolutely. I have no idea how their military ranks work. They had to bring his commanding officer at the time, type of thing. So how are things? By things, I presume you are referring to troop morale. You have troops here? Certainly. The milkman and the dentist and the ice cream man and the little girl. You don't count Cornelius? The hobo? He's a hobo. He might leave at any time. Can't be relied on as a soldier. Those people aren't... yes, I know they aren't soldiers. I know that. Well, how's morale? I'd rate it a 2 out of 10. Pathetic, frankly. If the Blues attack us now, we'd be routed for certain. I'm gonna just leave you alone with that. This box is full of disused, disregarded, and slowly disintegrating toys. Jeez, how long have these been here? We're taking Sissy's teddy bear. Teddy bear in that sweet spot where it's worn out enough to be charming, but not worn out enough to be super creepy. All right, and we're getting teeth. Wind up chattering teeth. It's a very large crow. We approach it. Crows are usually very wary around humans, not because they're high-strung or cowardly, but because they're very intelligent. They're aware of the fact that the bones are thin and hollow and that humans are much bigger than they are. This crow knows what it means for the tables to be turned. It spreads its wings in an intimidating display and makes it sound like a rusty garage door had a baby with a burst of radio static. Can we make friends with it? Well, it's not outside the realm of possibility. Lots of people make friends with crows primarily by feeding them. The crow lives in a possibly infinite dimension-warped cornfield, though, and from the looks of him, he's taking full advantage of that situation. So it's probably a non-starter, unless you got something that's much better than ordinary corn. Well, I mean, I've got my dire corn on the cob, but it won't let me give it to him, so I guess not, and we're gonna kill the thing. You've only got 30 hit points. You won. Let's just hope no other crows saw that, or you'll be Corvid enemy #1 for current and future generations. Uh-oh. Surely that's not going to come back and bite me in the ass. Oh, hello, milkman. A sullen milkman. Hi there, are you a milkman? Dour sigh. Yeah, milkman Stan, that's me. Hey, BG Noise, welcome on in. Will you sell me some milk? Sure, they don't call me Milkman Stan on account of not selling milk. It's 3,000 meat per barrel. Are you joking? It's the only milk in the maze, geographical monopoly. I have a smaller quantity available if you're experiencing a cash shortfall at the moment. They're listed on the sign there. Okay, well, we need a barrel. So no, not right now. Why so glum? I'm so glad you asked. None of the others listen to me complain anymore. For starters, it's extremely boring here, and I don't have anything to read except my sign. I'm all for bird murder, especially corvids. Those things are... Oh, that's right. Yeah, Pokey, you don't like birds. Oh, man. Then in Elden Ring, those huge birds, the T-Rex birds must have been fun for you. I never really thought about that. Sounds pretty bad. Let me tell you, after a couple times, the twist at the end really loses its thrill. What? And you know what's even worse than that? I guess not. I'm allergic to corn. If I eat even a single kernel, my face swells up like a frog on a bicycle pump. Oh, jeez. Then what have you been eating? Well, just the leaves and husks. On the bright side, I bet I've got the cleanest colon in the Tri-Country area. Then there's the weather. Can you believe you have never fought any of the Kalid birds? I respect that. Honestly, I respect that. Hell yeah.
The weather seems fine.
It never changes. It's just this gray, slightly chilly nothing. Always. I don't understand how the corn even grows here. It never rains.
Wouldn't that be worse if it was raining?
I mean, it would be novel at least.
I mean, I guess that's...
And then I have to deal with some cat running around. He got at my bow tie while I was sleeping and totally shredded it. Look kind of like, I look like some kind of degenerate.
Well, that's a shame.
I can't even try to catch it and eat it because I'm also allergic to cat meat. Oh, and there's a crazy dentist who hangs out on the other side of the cornfield who keeps trying to talk to me about calcium. I tried to tell her, lady, I just sell milk. I don't know anything about the chemical properties of calcium in relation to teeth and bones.
Oh, she's probably just trying to start a conversation because she's lonely.
Yeah, lonely like a fox. I've seen the way she looks at my teeth.
Well,
And the worst thing, you wanna know what the worst thing is? Sure. I've got corns. Corns! Like the kind you get on your feet. Little painful wads of callus. Not only are they painful and annoying, I'm just constantly being taunted by how on the nose it is. Ellipses. Anyway, thanks for listening. I don't meet a lot of new people, as you can imagine.
Don't mention it. So how'd you end up here?
I don't want to talk about that. All right. Allergic to corn, you'd have to Sudoku yourself. Sadness. Will you sell me milk cheaper now? No. All right. So we gotta earn a bunch of meat. Oh, hey, look at... Well, it was a cat. Come back, kitty. I want to cook you. Hey, Elil, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Okay, no, the cat just fucked off. All right. Doing fine. I'm glad to hear that. Nice. All right, we got you your teeth. Wait, grandfather's teeth? Wait a minute. No, I'm not looking for any of that. I would just like to sort this stuff like alphabetically. That would be wonderful. Okay.
What do you make of these?
Oh, they were under the match, okay. If I'm not mistaken, those teeth belong to a grandfather.
If you want them, you ask for teeth.
Oh no, what I'm looking for is like a whole set of teeth, not Lucy's. Wait, what?
Oh, then I got you these wind-up chattering teeth.
She winds up the teeth and lets them rip. Clackety, clackety, clackety. Oh look, they're fun. Thank you. They'll be beautiful addition to my cornfield surgery.
I agree. Is there anything else I can do for you?
You know what would really make this feel like a dentist's office? A popcorn machine. Popcorn always makes me think of the movie theater where my dentist used to operate. Plus, it'll make cleanings much more interesting.
Well, I mean, I could look out for a popcorn machine.
Would you mind?
Sure.
I think there was one like literally right over here, wasn't there? We grabbed the machine. I brought you a popcorn machine. Well, I've never had a patient quite like you. You brought me a popcorn machine and decorative teeth, and you were so understanding about the horrible misfiguring accidents I made in your mouth. You've really put a smile on my face. Maybe you should be a dentist.
Oh, shucks.
Look how wet your fingers are already. You'd be a natural.
I'm blushing.
And then we leave. Why does Swell have soggy fingers? I don't even want to know. Wait a minute. No, this is weird. Video games. Okay, I guess we're done? Yeah, we can't do anything here. This whole thing was just some giant random ass aside. Good God. Park near an old barn, you encounter a motorcycle carved out of stone. It's so cool. This game is so weird. Yes. Yeah, it is. This and West of Loathing are both like, this is just the kind of writing they have. Kingdoms of Loathing has always had like really goofy writing, and if that's your thing, they're a very good time. We hang out with the stone motorcycle. You chat with the stone motorcycle for a while. It gives you some grooming tips and even shares some of its hair gel with you. Stylish gel. You'll never be as cool as this slime. It's unclear. Wait, what was that? Oh, that's just Alphonse in the corner scowling. Oh my God, the sheep actually baa. I mean, this guy's obviously going through something, but that's okay. Pile of firewood is a disorganized mess. You stack it. A silent anvil next to a roaring forge, not pictured. We can totally beat our plowshare into a sword. We got a beaten sword. This metal is once again capable of violence. Oh my God. Wait, what? This sheep has evidently taken up smoking cigars and having a human face to smoke them out of. We talk to it. Bah. Nice try, but you aren't pulling the wool over my eyes. Ha! Well, it was worth a shot. I'm Beatrice. I'm swell. God damn it, Hila. Why are you disguised as a sheep? Well, I was hoboing past this place and saw a pie cooling on the windowsill. Oh, wow. Yeah, exactly. No hobo can resist that, but just as I was sneaking up to grab it, I got attacked by a whole bunch of humongous ducks. Had to disguise myself as a sheep to get them to leave me alone. That's a surprisingly sensible reason. Thank you. Ask her about hobo code. Are the giant ducks still wandering around? Yeah, I feel like teaching you hobo code would blow cover. All right. We have to find and kill ducks. It was on the windowsill though, but there's so much to explore. We'll just start at the left and work right. This farmer seems very upset about something. Everything okay? Not bloody ain't. A great flock of giant ducks has only invaded my farm and all. They got me into all... Words is hard when you're doing a shit-ass accent on the internet for randoms. Oh, huh. Do you want some help with that? Well, standing here waving me arms and yelling isn't having much effect. So wait, I have to give him like a country Irish accent? I'm not doing that. So I could do with I reckon you great numpty. All right, yeah, I'll kill your ducks. Ducks everywhere, I'm telling you. The barrow, the dungstead, the gurnal, the ice brock, the sloppin' sheelin', the steamy. Oh my good God. Yeah, duck is tasty. Duck is kind of a mood for me though. Cause like it's just a little bit greasy. But no, it's delicious. I mean, I don't really care what any of these things are because we're going to be going through them and murdering everything. Can I get into his house now? This is Macmillan's steamy hut. You hear a lot of splashing and loud duck noises coming from inside. You open the door to a room full of tin baths and wash tubs, plus a couple large stoves for heating water on. Excuse me. Giant ducks are splashing around in the tubs, boiling big buckets of water to fill the room with steam, and just generally having a raucous sauna party. We dive in weapon first. Wait, we can blow our haunted duck call? All right. You hear a questioning quark from inside, but otherwise the ducks don't seem interested. All right, violence. Okay. Big smoldering ducks. These things are all going to be dead before they get to do anything with their turns. Spouse can't eat duck. It's too fatty and they're adorable. Totally fair reasons not to enjoy duck. A self-braising pate. Okay. Apparently a shieling is a sort of a hut or a shed. This one smells like a place where pigs eat, which is an idea reinforced by the feeding troughs full of ripening garbage and several large barrels of leftover cooking oil. A gang of huge ducks have taken a particular interest in the oil and are gooshing around in it and generally wrecking everything with wild abandon. Blow the duck call. They ignore the call. Maybe it isn't big enough or haunted enough. Gator is back. Yeah, for now. We'll see how long that lasts. What the fuck are these? Big greasy duck. Okay. Anyways. Where did my slapping lady go? We replaced slapping lady with the gator that has AoE spooky damage attacks. He speaks like the Dark Tongue, and it damages all of our enemies. So as much as I liked Gabby, more DPS is just kind of the rule. Okay, we have 2 AP left, and these things aren't dying as readily as I would like because they have Sleaze armor. The Dawn dishwashing soap? Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that, Michi. I have an axe. These ducks don't have to worry about that oil that they're covered in. It's just gonna make the fry up afterwards a little easier. Takes more than a couple greasy ducks to paint your wagon. Okay, extra fatty pate. This is the Gurnal. Apparently it's a grain silo, not where you go to make funny faces. Noise is coming from inside it, or about what you'd expect to hear from several giant ducks who have found their way into an actual grain silo. You climb the ladder and peer in, and a bunch of very large and now even larger ducks are swimming around happily in max grain, much like I would if the silo was full of mini marshmallows. Mood. We haul them out of there. Having gorged themselves on max grain stores, the ducks are too sleepy to do much to you. Their feeble blows bounce off your armor as you shove them out and roll them into the barn for safekeeping. Why does paint your wagon sound suggestive? You know why, Pokey. You know why. You're one of us. This building is, well, not so much a building as a huge pile of manure. For some reason, probably a horrible one, it's been excavated into a sort of cave. Oh, God. You hear a bunch of giant ducks quacking away happily in there. It seems unreal that anything could be happy anywhere near it. Your eyes start to water as you peek inside. A few large and extremely filthy ducks are lounging around. It's unclear if they were filthy to begin with, or if that's just the natural result. We blow the duck call. Nothing happens. Violence time. We have big, smelly ducks. They intend to belch on my entire party. Stanky, stanky ducks. Fucking kibitz. Okay. Pâté de toilette. Blended duck liver delicacy is an important part of your morning ablutions. I love language. I love language so fucking much, chat. God damn. I enjoy this duck infested farm. Yes. No, this is thus far been pretty good. This has been funny. The Yellowstone Tower has been converted into a storage shed for storing ice, if McMillicuddy is to be believed. And why wouldn't he? It's his farm. Cool. You look at the door and find several huge ducks chilling inside. Literally chilling, sitting on big blocks of ice. Now listen here, you little shits. This is not the place to sit and chill, I guess. Okay. Going to belch ice cubes. How the fuck? Cool ducks chilling, exactly. Okay. They each have 6 hit points, so we can just nuke them down with molten cheese. A pile of crushed ice, which deals 20 cold damage. That's actually pretty good. And a pate sorbet. Leonardo grows beef here. This pile of rocks is apparently a barrow. That is a sort of tomb made by piling up rocks. McMillicuddy called it a barrow, which is less clear. We need to barrow a dictionary. You hear an ominous rhythmic quacking from within as though several very large ducks were chanting ancient cult rites. We blow the duck call. They seem pretty haunted already. It shouldn't surprise you that they don't take notice of your little haunted duck call. And the place is strewn with pig bones. And I don't know how you learned how to identify pig bones specifically, but I guess a barrow is also a type of pig. Huh. Dive in weapon first. These like big haunted ducks. They're quacking darkly at us. Gotta go for a jug. Sure thing, Michi. Take it easy. Godspeed. So I'm gonna kill you. And then I'm gonna kill you. Easy. Decomposing pate. This pate, like all of us, is slowly turning into rotten liver. Okay. It's the barn you've been herding ducks into. It looks like they won't be able to cause much trouble in there, but you can still fight a few if you're feeling like it. Let's head in and fight some ducks. God, these fucking big veiny ducks. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. The only way they could have been any more on the nose was instead of ducks, it was chickens and they're a big veiny rooster. I see what you're doing, video game, and I do not approve. You don't get it? I'm sorry, Poil. If you don't get it, I'm gonna have to ban you because you're underage for being in this stream. Okay, I could have actually killed both of these things if I'd have cheese balls that thing. He was born in the 80s, you whippersnapper, then you should know what that's a reference to, and I'm judging you regardless. I was also born in the 80s. We're all old here. An iron rich pate, plus 15 max HP, that's actually pretty good. All right, I think we're done. All right, hobo, teach me your code. All right, thank you. Now, go to the hobo camp. All right. We have a shadow orb. We reach inside and get another shadow salad. Wonderful.